Basically, my family, my parents, and 5 kids. They have 5 kids, and we're trying to escape in the late 70s. And my dad went on a different boat, took 2 older siblings, and we got caught by the Coast Guard and stayed back. And my dad took off, and so we were separated for 5 years. And we make a couple more attempts, but didn't get caught again.
Welcome, Howard. It's so good to have you here from the Williamsport area. We're glad to have you here. But we want to take you back. We want to provide some context for your current work and the work you do with students. And that's to ask you about little Howard in Vietnam, where you were born. Situate us geographically and tell us about your family a little bit.
I was born in Tây Ninh, which is an hour west of Ho Chi Minh City, so it's in the south of Vietnam. Grew up there until I was 12, and it was an interesting time because that was right after the war. And basically, my family, my parents, and 5 kids. They have 5 kids, and we're trying to escape in the late 70s. And my dad went on a different boat, took 2 older siblings, and made it through. My mom took 3 of the younger siblings. I'm in the middle one, so I'm on the younger group. And we got caught by the Coast Guard, and my dad took off. And so we were separated for 5 years, and we make a couple more attempts, but didn't get caught again. So there was a really high percentage of die at sea or got captured by pirates. And my dad sponsored us as soon as he got to America. And so for that 5 years, we waited for the paperwork to go through. But I went to a community college, and the professor there was Asian. And for me, just to seeing him in the position of power just really inspired me that if he can do, so can I. So constantly trying to figure out who am I, where do I fit in, and that question in its own, art kind of have to deal with it too. So, so art is a reflection of who you are. So I'm struggling with that for many years, just to, just because of that culture shift. But I always knew that I always liked to make things, so that kind of tied into art basically. And also the arts really encouraged you to think about things. Just like I took students to Vietnam, what their perception of what Vietnam is, and when they get there, and how they, But that's what we're there for, just to have a different perspective. I like coming for the past 15 years. I try to get my students to understand diversity and talk about it a lot. So the Vietnam trip was to get them to be in someone else's perspective and still have their perspective and reconcile and understand it in a more complex and nuanced that they wouldn't be able to get if they read a book or something. So that's why going to another country is important. So the art department goes to every other year goes to different countries. But I choose to emphasize the positive side of humanity. I'm more interested in, even though I feel like I go through a lot of different stages and some of it was really hard, but I'm always moving forward, trying to be a better person than I am today. And that's what I'm striving for, just a constant, trying to figure it out, trying to be better.